Everyone, welcome to another Road to Endgame series. I hope you're well. So we've got a couple updates in this one. I'm sorry it's been a few days since the last Road to Endgame update, the official one. I have done a couple of videos in between then, but there's more about tournaments and updates that's happening. So we had a huge update, multicasting amongst other things. But now it's back to the grind, back to trying to get as high as I can. Now I have increased my stage, my max stage since last video, because I think it's 103.5. Now I'm at 104,678, so that's substantial. About 1,000 stages since last one. Yeah, so I've increased about 1,000 since last week, so it's not too bad because of all the updates. So now I'm gonna basically join AT, do a quick run of that, and then answer some of your questions. I've got loads of awesome questions from last week, big ones, so stick to the end for that. So keep updated. Now the AT in this one, so AT we've got today is Enchanted Mine. This is where they've updated it. So skill points is 7,000, so it's basically insane to pretty much do any build you want. This might be a bit different because we now got multicasting, so I might change everything. So I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I'm just going to go ham on the multicasting to try it out. So the general rule of thumb on this one is say, well, all of them you buy the Adrenaline Rush and Doom 3 times because you've got all these lovely perks activated now. So I'm going to do Adrenaline Rush, Doom, because these are quite powerful, 3 times, and it's either between Brave and Mighty Chest. I'm going for Brave first. I'm just gonna get the relics so I can unlock some decent artifacts and salvage some rubbish ones. So let's have a look. A lot of pets and stuff. So all hero damage management duration, all damage already on. Then let's get some artifacts going. I hope we get Books of Shadows and some decent ones. There you go, Books of Shadows, awesome. So we just whack that all in. Probably get one more. So really all wants to just Books of Shadows, and I will do all damage as well quickly. So now I'm going to level up, do my skill tree, and then, well, that's just doing some farming in the background because it's going to take a while to level up anyway. Then once I've done skill tree, I'll do a push. I'll answer some questions and do a push at the end, see how far I get in my first run. So for skill tree, so much to play with, man. Absolutely so much. We'll probably start with Warlord. Probably go Shadow Clone build, but I'm just going to do a rough. So I've got 984 skill points left. So let's start wrapping up some more. Okay, it's not an exact science, it's just because you've got so many skill points. I'm just wrapping it all up, but put heavily in mana, because I want to be activating a lot of skills. I made it to Shadow Clone, but it's going to be pushed by Warlord a lot, and I want to see how it goes. Really, it's going to be got a lot of equipment. So my next one, I'm going to do a crafting one, because I need to get a decent set of equipment to carry me for a bit, and I'll do it offline. I say offline. I'll do a passive one, so look, equipped that anyway, because that's the only one I've got. Shadow Clone. Oh, I haven't got anything equipped, just equip that for now. Right, now I'm gonna get my where is it? Immaculate Arbiter. Just get my boost up of relics. Sword boost, heavy strike, I'll keep that just in case. I doubt I'll use it. All gold. Mage, keep that just in case. And critical damage, keep that just in case. I can set everything else. I'm going to make it rain perk so it can do passive in the background. So auto hero passive, so it saves me having to do all that effort. So let it run, update all that for me, because that's going to be too much effort. Do you know what? I'm going to activate all skills, and then so I can get the mana burn going. Oh, come on. There you go. I've got so much mana regen, it should pick up after a while, so it should be fine. So that's the full whack. Back at skills. Nope. Nothing decent. Nah, Shadow Clone, is that higher? Yes, it is way higher than the current one. So I need that. Is there anything else? Some heroes that are getting upgraded by itself at the end. The timer for it is quite small, but it will catch up. But at least all of these are updating automatically, which is such a godsend. This is such a good addition to the last update. It's so good. I can't just live without anymore. Having to click on every single hero is so good. So good. I'm just looking forward to watching it. They should have implemented this ages ago, man. There you go. It's just about to do it. Oh, yes. How good's that? How good's that? Amazing. So simple yet so effective. So even these timers are quite low because my mana regen is quite high and I've got a lot of mana. It does fill up quite quickly. So I shouldn't worry about any mana at the moment. It's literally just background farming at the moment. See how high I can get on my first run. And then I go back. So while that's background farming, I'm going to answer some of your questions for the last video. Thank you so much for sending them in. Now, there's one which was on the by Jazzle, which was on a different video, not the last video, but it was quite a kind of not in-depth, not super in-depth, but I thought it would need explaining a lot more. So I'll answer that from a separate video, and then all the ones from the last video, well, most as I can. So Jazzle asks, so I know you told someone they should run Warlord build. He means clanship build until they reach 1k skill point. Right now I'm around about 6.2k. He means max stage, but YK, I don't have enough skill points to make it look exactly how I should. I set up the amount of skill points I got now, which is 149. So basically, I was trying to explain to him a bit more. So I replied saying, stick with clanship build, is good build, even late game players stick with clanship. Heck, I didn't even change to Shadow Clone until it was 80k max stage. While trying to explain this up, people watch all the previous videos and see other people's opinions, and they think that clanship build's beginner's build, which it is, but they think they need to change to Heavenly Strike or Shadow Clone build later on. And you don't. You can stick with clanship build for a very, very long time. A majority of players actually stick with clanship right to the end of the game just because it's strong. It's basically the best mix of everything. It's a semi-active build, so you can still push, you can still farm with it. It's reliable. That's why people mostly stick with it to the end game. Heavy Strike does push a little bit more, but you have to play tons more. So if you haven't got time to play because of work or life, then that's not good for you. And if you're very busy, Shadow Clone is a semi-active farm build, but it doesn't push as much. So clanship is basically best of both. It's semi-active, still pushes, it's still good at farming, and that's why people just use it the whole time. I would not think about at all. I wouldn't even think about changing build if you've only just started the game. This is something you should think about months and months time, when you've got plenty of experience, loads of skill points, loads of passives, you know what you're doing, that sort of thing. So yeah, don't worry about changing build. That's the last thing you should be thinking about. You should concentrate on your current build, clanship. You should be concentrating on winning tournaments, on being better at raiding, about joining a high level clan, about actually knowing what the game's about. So when someone says, oh, splash damage increase, crit rate, RNG, you know what that means. So enjoy the game, get to know it a bit more, and don't worry about changing build, because you just basically be wasting crystals, and you end up with weaker build. You get frustrated. You don't really know what skill points to put where. Just one build, clan ship, stick with it. As I said, I stuck with it until 80k max stage. I only changed because I wanted to do something a bit more lazy. Now his second question, which is a follow-up, he basically, reason he wanted to change, I think that he thought by changing it will make his game quicker or make it easier for him. That's a big mistake. Changing build won't gain you an extra 10,000 stages, won't make the game quicker. What makes the game quicker is improving your existing build, so improving the clanship build. So make the clanship build the best you can possibly be, and by doing that, it's one, follow a build guide and an optimizer that takes care of the build. Secondly is your splash and clanship advanced stage start. So advanced stage start basically means the higher the clan XP, so the higher level clan you're in, the more advanced stage start you have. So that means that if you're on a clan that has 100 XP, then you have no advanced stage start, which means your run time, so when you prestige to do a new run, could take over an hour. And then if you join a high level clan which has maybe 45,000 XP, which is the cap for 90% advanced stage start, then that could give you runtime of 15 to 20 minutes. So essentially you can do 4 times as many runs as you can with a low level clan. That's how important it is. So in a low level clan with no experience, takes you over an hour, and with a high level clan with very experienced, lots of experience, you can do 4 times of runs in a big clan than you can in a small clan. That's why in tournament you can see, how's that person leveling so much? He's 5,000 stages ahead of me. It's because he's done 4 times as runs, or so that's experience, leveling, relics as you. So he can do 4 times as much as you. That's why it's so important. Secondly is your splash. So if you want to increase runs, you should be collecting the kit. So that's a pet in the shop. Whenever you see it, it's a kit, increases splash. Snap and porter, so you get artifacts to increase that as well. And most importantly, as I said before, join a clan. Don't worry about speeding through the game, because you need to do tournaments and clan raids so you increase your passive skills. Well, this is called talents now, so it increases your talents. These are limited per week, so you can only do 2 tournaments a week, and you can only do maybe 1 or 2 raids a week. These are limited, so there's no point playing 8 hours a day and speeding through the game, because you're limited on how many talents you get, and it's your talents that increase your passives, which is great for late game when you've got to grind thousands of stages and you've got to basically make the run quicker and quicker, and it's more easier to level. To give you an idea how important talents are, which is important for splash builds like Heavenly Strike and Shadow Clone, but the titans per stage increase later games, so you start getting like 10, 20, 30, 40 into the hundreds of titans per stage, and splash takes care of that. So that's how it shortens the runtime. So instead of spending you had a 15-minute run, but then you sped through the whole game, you get to 80,000 max stage within like a month or 2, because you didn't do any tournaments, because you didn't really follow any clans, you can be bothered. You then suddenly hit a wall, and it takes your 15-minute run, which was like 3 weeks ago, is now 40 minutes because you had no passives. You did no talents, they're called talents now. You didn't increase any talents, you couldn't be bothered to do tournaments, you couldn't be bothered to do solo raids, you couldn't be bothered to help your clan doing clan raids, and so you shot yourself in the foot. You've enjoyed the game because you've gone from 0 to 80,000 within a month, but now it's going to take you 2 months to catch up with everyone else because they've been doing everything and playing the game properly. So that's why I say it's really important. Take your time, enjoy the game. It is an idle game. People have been playing this for over 4 years, and the reason they're still playing it is because they're taking the time, enjoying the community, talking to clanmates, enjoying themselves. They're not stressing, going, oh, I have to get to 10,000 or I have to get to 40,000. Chill, take your time, enjoy the game. So that's the biggest advice I can give for new starters. Now, for questions for last week, I'm sorry I ranted on. It's just I see so many people he want to push, and I love the enthusiasm, but I have seen a few people quit the game because they hit the wall too early, and it's such a shame because it is a good game. I want them to enjoy it, and my best advice is just take your time. It's not going anywhere. It takes years to complete if you're free to play, so just enjoy it guys, have fun. So I've got a couple questions. JJ says, how does the relic tournament system work? Do I spend my points before tournament? If not, why? Now, I've done a new tournament update because the algorithm changed. You used to be able to bank relics, but that doesn't work anymore to the algorithm, the potential before the tournament. Now, it basically is included. So what it is now is the new strat is to raise your Books of Shadows. It's to raise your BOS, which is your Books of Shadows, as high as you can before joining in the tournament. And then when in the tournament, you basically just do as many runs, use Artifact Optimizer, follow a build guide, make sure you all optimize, maybe buy some more pets or spend it on Titan Chest if they're on offer. But it's mainly doing as many runs as you can. But if you get your Books of Shadows level high, like over 80%, at least when you start the beginning of the tournament, you've got loads of relics to help you start a good first run. That is a new strat. I've got more information on the exactly tournament info and what to do in the tournament 2021 breakdown, which I'll link below. There is a separate video, so watch that as well. Again, John Von says, I have 122 skill points. What's the best build? Thank you. Clanship build. You should use Clanship build as soon as you start the game. So Clanship Pet Heart Midas is the basically very first starter one. Don't worry about changing another build. Stick with that build for, into 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 stages until you've made the build as best as you can possibly be. If you got Clanship build and you're winning first place on every tournament and you're finding it easy, why change it? Why try to fix what isn't broken? Stick with Clanship build, that is the starter build, and just make it the best you can possibly make it. And if you get bored later down the line, then think about changing, but yeah, you shouldn't be worried about changing it just yet. So John, check out Clanship build and follow the build guide and optimizers for it. Karen's got a question. Karen says, my main damage farm pets are about level 200 now. Should I focus on other pets to get them to a level 100? I would, yes. The pets have passive abilities, so if you go to the pet tab, you've got active, which is the one you've selected, and then the passives is the second one. So you can see my passives is 10%, and I get that ability, and then if I was to equip it, it then gives me the active ability. But my passive is 10. It's best to get all these over to level 100 so you can get their max passive abilities. So I would get all your pets over level 100, but then I'll get the top 4 one, which is all damage, all gold, fluffers and kit. If I see them in the shop, I'll get them as well, because late game they play a huge role and they do help out a lot. So I'm currently at stage 5,000. The top ones are 24,000. So this is going to be farming a lot in the background. I don't know how far I'll probably get, like 10k or something, maybe more, before I have to prestige and go again. So I'm going to let that farm up. I'll probably update in the next video what's the result for AT and any other stats. Now Lemmy is absolutely amazing. She's done a kind of AT guide and has been updated since the multicast with a couple of tips. So I'll leave that in the link below if you want any tips and pointers on how to start an AT. But for me, because it's got 7,000 skill points, I literally just pretty much put it on everything. I'll show my skill tree quickly. Yes, I pretty much evened out. I just put majority in mana because I wanted to try out these multicasts. So I wanted to try out all the multicasts just to see how favorable it would be in this AT or not. Might be a bad mistake to do that, but because it's got a mythic to send, but because it's a new thing, I wanted to play with it. So at the moment I've gone Shadow Clone just to farm because it's a very long farm, and I will update in the next video how that turns out. And I'll also stream every Wednesdays and Sundays on Twitch and YouTube 8 PM GMT time. Apart from that, have a fantastic day and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.